Welcome to another edition of Photoshop for Video. I'm your host, Rich Harrington, and we're going to do a short series here on how to make great selections. You're going to need selections when you want to do things like make alpha channels or composited layered images. And the quicker you can get an accurate selection, the better your results are and the more you can get done, which, as you know, are the two driving forces when it comes to video graphics: speed and quality. So let's take a look at a few techniques I use all the time that work and get the job done. Now, the first technique we're going to use is calculations, and this works very well when you have an object over a similar color background. In a way, what you're doing is creating a key. Let's go ahead and take a look at the channels palette and see what's going on. Notice we have a red, green, and blue channel. The blue channel has a large concentration of white in the sky. That's because it's got a large presence of blue. Conversely, the red channel does not have very much red in the sky, which is why it's nearly black. By using this channel detail, we can create a new channel to function as the alpha channel. Let's choose Image, Calculations. Now, what you're going to do is take the red and the blue channel and combine them. And you step through your blending modes to see how it looks as you mix those channels together. Make sure the preview box is checked and you'll get a good idea of what's happening. Now, it may not work the first time through, so don't be afraid to click this invert box, which will flip it. And what happens now is we're combining an inverted copy. See how this is almost doing it? Let's try going backwards through our list here, just jumping through our different options. Color dodge looks pretty good. Let's try screen. That's looking good versus lighten. And it looks to me like screen is our closest choice. Now, it's not a perfect alpha channel in that there's not a clean black and a clean white. But some of the best techniques take 2 steps. And using calculations command is one of those. Go ahead and click the OK button to create the new channel. And at this point, we'll press Command or Control L for levels. I can go ahead and pull the black slider in until all that detail in the sky goes to a nice clean black. Similarly, pull the white slider in until the building goes to a clean white. Now, if you go too far, it'll start to blow out and distort the edges, so don't feel like you have to get everything. Notice the clock face and windows where the sky reflected are partially in there. I'll click OK, and at this point just grab the paintbrush and switch to white, and we could just go ahead and paint right on that alpha channel. There we go, we've got a nice clean channel. Let's just get this top edge here, paint with black, where there's a little gap at the edge. And now we'll put it to test. Command click or Control click the alpha channel thumbnail to load it. Turn on the RGB channels, and we could turn that off. Switch back to layers, and if we make sure that this is a layer by double clicking, we can add the layer mask with the Add Layer Mask button. And notice we have perfect transparency. At this point, you can composite the image, you can use that embedded alpha channel for the transparency, and it'll work great. Now, if you are using an edit system or a tool that does not support a pre-multiplied alpha channel, this is things like Avid, or if you don't know how to, on Final Cut it's an option. What you could do here is just rely on the alpha channel for transparency. Simply shift-click here to turn off the layer mask and let that embedded alpha channel do the transparency when you save the file out. If you're going to be doing this in Photoshop, you can then leave that layer mask attached and you'll get good results as well. Using the calculations command works great when you have a high contrast area, such as a sky, a white wall, etc. It doesn't have to be a flat, even color, but if it is, this is absolutely the technique to use. Now, we'll continue this series next week where we'll explore some more transparency options, and be sure to check out the resource blog at photoshopforvideo.com.